Good morning. Thanks for joining me today. Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. A little morning walkabout. Lovely traffic in the not so distance. And there's only the slightest hints of frost today, which is good to see. Mid-November, I guess it's the 16th today, 2023. If you're keeping tabs out there. And today I'm feeling a little bit better, primarily because the rest of the masters for my album that comes out tomorrow, Life in the Jackalope's Den, have come in. Hooray! Thanks Blue Cat Records for making that happen. And there's a bunch I need to do tonight now to finish that off, and a couple more messages I need to send out to different people relating to all that. Had a fair amount of rain out here, but I'm actually seeing that this is some serious crunching on my feet, huh? That it's not as super saturated as I was imagining it would be. Well, I definitely need to come out and drain these hoses and bring them in. Look at this pond level here. It is rising right up. So on this bit of, it's really just like grass clippings I'm standing on. Curious if the water over the winter will rise up to there. Oh, there's something flying in a reflection here. Must be back of me. Anyway. So, lots to happen to get ready for tomorrow night's release party, listening, celebration. Had a good rehearsal moment last night with some of the fellows, and an extra act that'll be performing while the album plays. More of a circus style. And, yeah. See how the whole thing goes. Sort of those intriguing pieces of most of the time when I'm releasing material, I hardly ever see anyone's reactions. And so part of now here's a bit harder frost going on over here, but I hardly ever see, and that's on Stinging Nettle. Should probably be really nice and some bone broth. I should come up and pick it and put it away for that purpose. But you hardly ever get to see people's reactions. And so to have a room full of people and getting to witness how they're receiving this will be fascinating. Taking on this reality over here. Seems like they're not making any more headway on my side. Farm challenges. It's one of those curious things as an artistic creator of actually having feedback, whether that's, disgust and displeasure or enjoyment or neutrality, and whichever way it happens, it's actually really nice just to get the feedback. In a certain context, I'm looking to amass rejection letters. I didn't quite get to send letters out that I had wanted to different radio show kinds of things, podcasts, record label / show promotion things in the area, which is basically fine. But my imagination says it's such a unique creation that I've got going on that a bunch of them would be like, what is this and why would we do that? And the reason to stack those letters of rejection is because they're all just steps along the journey. The idea of having this show and getting in-person feedback is to actually have the steps on the journey. And it's funny how many people, as I'm releasing these singles, are reaching out to be like, let me promote you. Pay me to promote you and I'll get you plays. And I'm just like, no, I don't think so. I mean, I'm already essentially making the music at a cost, you know? And it's a cost that I love making because the process really serves me. And in releasing it to the greater world, there's an aspect of like, you know, what do people appreciate and value? And this notion that so many artists are out there and doing their thing, and some of them make a reasonable, okay living, and others of them don't. You know, there's that whole starving artist concept, which I do not need to buy into personally. And at the same time, I recognize, like, the music industry has changed so much since when I was a kid, and people were buying, you know, vinyl LPs. Then it moved into more cassettes and CDs, and then the digital format came out, and streaming services and all that. And so it's just such a radically different environment now. And the thought of making a career out of it seems semi-ridiculous, while at the same time, you know, it's definitely never going to happen if you don't put it out there. And so, but the idea of, there's so many bots and other things that can easily be set up just to create likes and follows of things. And so, how does one prove that you have actual people listening? And my thought and opinion of that is, I'm going to do my own promotionalness, and I'm going to see who I connect with that's a real person out there who is sharing new and different musics, and art for that matter, and see if there's any resonance, and if I can get actual people to respond, and use my own places of connection on the interwebs to, show their own form of feedback. So if you're listening and you want to check this out, my album will probably be out by the time that this is released. There'll be a link in the description. It's at Bending Reeds, or it's not at, it's bendingreeds.bandcamp.com. And the album again is Life in the Jackalope's Den. Super appreciate Blue Cat Records and Eric Leone over there for mastering this album for me. And if you do like it and you want to support it, that's a great place to buy it. If you want to see a different form of my creation, my book is available. Ruminations, depending on how you want to say it, through my website, bendingreeds.com. And with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope that you all have too much fun.